Hello there, and you're most welcome to your number one personality show, Star Chat. You know, many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success, and then they gave up. Thomas Edison said that. Well, tonight we're pleased to have right here in the chair with us a man who wears one of the most difficult hats in this country. He probably takes more criticisms at his job than the president or the opposition leader, but he's born to do it, if you ask me. Because with over 35 million people right here in this country, almost always taking a go at him on a daily basis, you know, people love football in this country and they're always at him. But he says he has that head to take on everything. Just a week ago, he celebrated his birthday. Born June 9, 1975. Wow, that makes you 40 now. You're turning 50 already. And he was born in Hamburg, Germany. Well, a renowned Ghanaian German football coach and former professional footballer. I remember him way back in 2006 when he received that national call-up. Well, with a career spanning over 2 decades, his journey is one of dedication, passion, deep understanding of the beautiful game we call football. And I have lots of admiration for him and respect as well. His football journey began in the bustling streets of Hamburg, and then he moved on. He loves the sports at a very young age. He joined the youth academy of Hamburg SV, I should say, one of Germany's premier football clubs, where he honed his skills and then also developed a keen tactical acumen for football. His versatility on the field is just something else. We'll talk about his professional career, but we'd like to welcome him, the man who's at the helm of affairs of the Ghana Black Stars, Coach Otoo Addo. Most welcome, Coach.
Thank you very much for the kind words. Really appreciate it.
You're most welcome, and you on Star Chat. Well, Star Chat is proudly brought to you by MTN everywhere you go. Also, a big thank you to Haptel. Haptel has some great news for everyone. And we send a big thank you as well to GCB Bank and to Bills for supporting us. So, we're live also in Kumasi on Ultimate 106.9 FM. We're live in Takrady on Empire FM. And here in Accra, is Starr 103.5 FM. And around the world on Facebook as well. You're most welcome. My name is Bola Ray, and this is Star Chat. Coach, once again, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Now, walk us through, for me, it's a privilege sitting down with you to talk about the great game of football. Most importantly, also about the Ghana Black Stars. 2 matches that you've actually, gone through, and you being the overlord as the permanent coach. Tell us, how are you taking these 2 great results, Coach?
Yeah, first of all, big respect for the support, but also for the game the guys played. We had 2 difficult matches where we were behind and we always came back. This shows, I think, the mentality and the spirit which is in the team, and I'm very, very grateful to have these kind of players in the squad, and I'm very, very happy that we, through all the difficulties, got 6 points at the end, and I hope that we can build up on that.
I can see that you're geared up for action. You're into it, and you see the players as your brothers. How is team play like in the Black Stars with you coming back and all of that? How's your relationship with the footballers like?
I think it's difficult to say. I think from every coach's point of view, he has a good relationship with players. I think surely I have a good relationship with players. Things get easier if we win. That's also for sure.
Right.
And I have to say that they're well behaved. I always try to bring out the right culture, the right habits into the camp, and I think this is the basic things for if you want to have success with the team.
What kind of coach are you? Are you that kind of leader who is hands-on, who's very aggressive, who is a no-nonsense coach, or you kind of sometimes lay back, let them have their way, and see that, look, things will fall in place? What kind of coach are you?
I think I'm everything, you know, so
that.
it depends on the situation, you know, because there's a situation, I think it's like, at the end, I have to say, it's like raising kids, you know. Sometimes you have to hug them, sometimes you have to give them a little slap on the back, yeah. Sometimes, so, and then also they're different. Some need more talks, some you have to leave them in their own space. Some you just give short comments, some you take your time a little bit more. So everybody's different. It's about, going on and also interacting with human beings. And somehow, so, you know, you need to talk more to get out. Maybe you have some personal problems. Maybe they have some different problems. Sometimes you have to give them the confidence to play.
So, Coach, you have that listening ear to even get to know their personal problems, right?
I try to take my time.
Wow.
So even before the camp, we talk to the players, me, my assistant coach. And to be honest, we try to talk more to the players which are not playing, and and also when the players we didn't call, I called them myself, just to explain to them why and what they can do. And sometimes it's a difficult situation because we have to be fair to everyone, and some play in higher leagues, some play in lower leagues, so we just explain it. And I think it's very important to take especially more time for those players who are not playing, because in all we need a good support from the bench, from the stands, and this is what makes a team.
What a great leader. I think that we're also taking lessons in leadership, not just in football, but with all that you are coming up, the insights are just phenomenal. Let's stay on the 2 matches. You know, what kind of preparations did you put into these 2 matches? I mean, look at the performance, just awesome. How did you prepare for this game, if you let us in?
To be honest, we prepare like always. So we always take, especially their last matches, which we analyze with my analyzers, with my technical staff. They help me a lot. Big thank to them on this point, to prepare for the games, because we want to know what are their weak points, what are their strengths, which system do they play, do they change sometimes, do they change if they're behind, do they change their system if they are leading, which player do they bring in, so we know what we expect, and we can prepare our players to every situation. And this is what we always do. And then at the end, we try to find a system which fits their system and which can beat their system best according also to our players and to my style of play.
Right. We can all attest to that, but the first 2 games, the first half, we struggled a bit. Then we picked up in the second half. Like Benny said, well, we woke up in the second half. What accounted for the slow starts of the game, Coach?
First of all, it's so whatever plan you have, there's an opponent, and he also has plans, and then sometimes also they change things. And with Mali, we know what we had to expect. We know that, especially in the center, they're very good. They play with a diamond shape, and it's going to be difficult for our midfielders to shine. So it's more on the flanks, and it took a while. It's also, we have a lot of young players, unexperienced players. They have to adapt to the stadium, to the weather. It was very hot, so it took a time for us to get into the game. But after a while, we knew where the threats are, where our chances are, and then in the second half, I think we came in better and we had a lot of chances also.
Right. So 6 goals in 2 matches. I mean, 2 away against Mali, and then also against Central African Republic, we had 4. Is that the strategy? I mean, is it down to the team that you are building, that you are doing ultra attacking?
No, not really. Surely we know where the weak points are and where we have to go through, and in which situation we can go through to get a goal. I think with the offensive part, I was very happy. But this also starts at the defense, because with blocking balls, with winning balls, playing fast forward, or with distributing to the right channels for us to score goals. So everything is connected. And the defensive part, I was surely not so happy. We
you're not happy with the defensive part, right?
Yeah, surely. At the end, we conceded too many goals and allowed too many chances, especially also in the first game, but also in the second, we collected too many goals. But this starts also with the offensive. It's the offensive part who should try to block long balls into a half, to block crosses, to stop them in their build-up. And so it's all a teamwork. It's not about, like, I'm not happy with the defenders. It's the whole team, and this is how we should look at it.
I love that, and you're being fair and just saying as it is without fear of favor. Clearly, like you said, we conceded 5 goals in 2 games. Are we struggling with the defensive pair? I mean, at the back, what is your take on that? Is there a general lack of defensive discipline for the team, coach?
No. So first of all, we conceded 4 goals, not 5.
Okay.
And I think, like I said, it's the whole teamwork. So we have to be more aggressive in the midfield, up front also, a little bit better with the pressing, so that we don't allow them to make these kind of passes like in the last game. But also, our defensive line has to learn from the mistakes they did, and it's a teamwork, and there we have to put our emphasis on to be better on that. I also, as a coach, my assistants, they have to help me the next time we meet. And also after the games, we talked about it. But the next time we meet, to train it, to have patterns and to recognize patterns and situations, when to drop and how to defend better. And yeah, hopefully they learn from it, and we'll get better.
Coach, will you say that these games have given you a fair sense with regards to the players to choose, and now you can confidently say, well, these are the positions that I want them to grow into? Will it be a fair assessment to use these 2 games?
Not really. I know. I mean, most of the players, I knew them before, and we have been observing them the last 4 months. So we know what their strengths and weaknesses are. We try to help them to work together as a unit, because they come all from different places, and then also to work on the weaknesses especially. And this is the hard part, because we just have like 1 week, 2 weeks preparation, and then it has to work. And this is the hard part, to get it in their heads and into their legs as quick as possible. It's not easy, but we keep on trying, and I know that with time we'll get better.
I watched an interview, I think that after the match, and Jordan was saying that, well, over the years he's not really played where he feels that he should actually be and give up his best. And it's as if now he's doing, even at where he is and all of that, he's now in his full bed and he's giving up his best now. Is that what you also see now with where you played him? And
yeah, I think, like I said in the press conference before, especially offensive players are only judged by goals, but there's a lot of defensive work they have to do, and I think Jordan did quite well the last year. Surely this is his favorite position, but I know that he can also help at the flanks or in the midfield, because he's good in closing lanes. He's very, very tactical, defensively disciplined. He has a good condition, and for that, it depends on the game wherever you need him. And I thought in these games we needed a number 9, but I don't know, like say when we play next year in Chad, where he's going to play. So it's difficult. Therefore, I have to analyze Chad first, see where I can use which player in which position. And for me, it's always more important that we win as a team. It's not about the individual player, it's about the team, and it's about where you put the players to do the best for the team. Sometimes Jordan will shine, sometimes maybe another one who scored the goals will shine, but for me it's always teamwork.
Fantastic thing that you brought up. So it's not about where you're comfortable at playing or where you feel you will shine, but where, according to the game, each game to their own, where you feel that I will need you the more.
Yes.
Let's talk about the goalkeeping department as well. There was Bola Ray, Ofori, Ati Zigi, and all of that. We keep shuffling them over the years. Tell us, who? I know you don't want to stick your neck out, but over the years you played Ati Zigi some more. What kind of goalkeeper do you look out for? What are the things that you look out for?
Yeah, I mean, for me, always the to decide who's playing and who's not playing. So the basics are how are their performance in their club, and it's surely easier for me to judge on somebody who's playing. And Ati Zigi is player who was playing for his club. He's the number 1 goalkeeper, and this is what I can give to the players, but also to the goalkeepers. Surely, if you don't play, it's difficult for me to assess on you. So this time I choose Ati. He also gave me a good impression in the training, and so surely he was a little bit ahead of the others.
That's right.
Playing in one of Europe's best leagues as a number one goalkeeper put him ahead, and this is why I can judge them from. So I have to watch on their performance in their clubs, and then on that based on that, I decide who will come and who will play.
And you're comfortable with him? I mean, so far with what he's done with the department.
Yeah.
Clearly. Should the goalkeeper have the ability to be comfortable with the ball at his feet, you know, like we say, and juggle with it, and also help him patiently build play, or he must simply kick along and have the attackers, you know, play to second?
Depends on the opponent, depends on the pitch, depends on the
what is your
table situation. You know, if like we just need 1 point and we are 5 points ahead in the last game, maybe I don't want him to play too much. If we need goals and we need to score and need to play offensive, maybe he will play more. If, let's say, we have an opponent which I analyze and I think they're weaker than us, then we will play more. If they're stronger than us, if let's say we play against, I don't know, Brazil or so, maybe we play less. So I always try to adapt on our opponent and also on what we have. And this decides also the game plan for the next game.
Fantastic. And that's leadership, if you ask me. In line with that, leadership is always necessary for, you know, team cohesion, for them coming together. What kind of captain do you look out for, coach? I mean, in all the players and all of that, yes, you need to foster unity, provide inspiration and desire to win. What do you look out for?
I think like everybody, if possible, if we want to see everything in a leader, he should take responsibility on the pitch, but also off the pitch. He should be a role model. He should be surely in his position a player which is unquestionable in the squad. So there are so many things. But surely to find somebody who has everything is difficult. And still, if you are a leader for a team, you can also progress in your leadership. And this is where we as coaches want to help our leaders in I don't know, in building their character and giving them responsibility to talk to other players, to be engaged with our plan, and sometimes also discuss things with him, how he sees it, and then also giving him the responsibility on the pitch, but also off the pitch, that everything is disciplined and everything is in order and everything will go the way we want it to go. So,
I mean, it's a leader for all. It's not just you being good on the pitch, but off pitch as well.
Absolutely. I mean, the dressing room and the character in the dressing room, they decide also. This can decide games, no? Like when I see the way we celebrated the last goal against Mali, and everybody was happy, even though some didn't play. This is what we want to see, and this comes with to create a certain atmosphere before the matches that everybody knows everybody's important, and this is also has to come from our leaders.
Coach Otoo Addo, I mean, we salute you for that, for bringing the unity and for bringing the love back in the game. And one thing I also want to pick up with you is how you're able to keep a cool head when there's so much noise around you. For instance, and I'll talk about the man just behind you, Jordan Ayew. Is he ever going to come back to the team? Many are asking, and how you're able to even say, I had a conversation with him. I talked him into understanding why he's not with the team. How did you go about it, and how did you also navigate that talk?
Yeah, I mean, Andre is a very good character. He's a player I always like to talk to, and surely this was a difficult discussion we had, but surely I had to make it, because when I watched the team, and I'm also thinking forward for the next upcoming 1, 2, 3 years, I had a lot of things in my head, and I discussed it with him. I gave him my thoughts. I don't think it's fair to come out with everything in public, so that's why I have to leave it there. But I think we had a honest discussion.
Was it a face-to-face? Did you
Yeah,
fly
sure.
there?
No, I drove. I drove to Le Havre.
drove?
Yeah, I drove 7 hours to Le Havre to talk to him, and like I said, I just gave him my thoughts. But like I said, also the presser, that I will never say never. You know,
That's right.
so there's so many things which can happen, and also depends on his performance and everything. And the door is always open. The door is always open. I would never say never to a player, because things can drastically change, and then we need him. When we need him, I think he's a guy who's always available for us, and he showed so many good games for Ghana. He's a living legend. He's a guy who sacrificed a lot to play for the national team, and we also love, me as a player, I love these kind of players. But surely, not only with him, also with a lot of other players who are not invited, I have to take difficult decisions, and at the end, my job is to do the best for Ghana and to do the best for the national team, and for this I have to take sometimes difficult decisions.
So that was your decision. It's not as if maybe some political figures or football administrators were pushing you that drop Dede, don't pick this player. That was solely your decision. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, sure. Sure, it's my decision. Whatever I do here in the national team, surely sometimes, I mean, we discuss things with our technical staff, but on the decisions which we make for players and on the field, at the end, I have the last word. And if it wouldn't be like that, I would never come here. And I have to thank the GFA that they never interfered. They never interfered in my...
They can suggest, but you have the final say.
Yeah, but even I have to say, the president, he left me alone. They left me alone with the decision, and I think that's the best way it can work. Because if there are too many interferences in this and that, and I know it's not only a thing which happens in Ghana, and it's normal sometimes also like in Europe when president suggests this or that, but at the end the coach has to have the last word. This is for sure. And for me, I'm always surprised when people are asking me this and that. But me, I'm not that kind of person. If it would be like that, I wouldn't be here.
You go?
Yeah, sure.
Interesting. You are a strong man, because looking at the Ayew brothers and who their father is, and even the love that you have with the bond, you know, being with him, and then his brother as well, Jordan, driving over to have that conversation. When you were going back to Germany, what was did you say to yourself that, well, is the mission fulfilled, or still you had some doubts and you weren't comfortable?
No, I was very comfortable with the decision, but surely I'm a human being.
Yes.
And I like him. I like him. I really, really like Andre. And
is that one of the most difficult decisions that you've taken in your life?
100%. Because it's, you know, to me, it's not only a player, it's also
a little brother.
Like a brother, like a friend, you know. And it hurts me myself. No, I know it will hurt him, and it's difficult. It's difficult to take this, and I know how it is, especially if you're an elder player and you've not been called. I've experienced this myself,
but coach,
so I know what
he's going through. Bringing him on board just to act as an inspiration to the team, maybe on the bench and all of that. You think that you didn't have a place for that?
We thought everything out, and like I said, I can't really discuss about everything. But this is the decision we took, and I'm sorry, but I want to leave it.
Sure, no, I grant you that. So I think that is fine. Let's talk about the players, you know, called up and all of that. We should expect good football and not wins, right? You always said, is that your way of, you know, dampening the expectations and parry away pressure from? Because you've said that we should expect good football. It's not wins. Can you explain that?
This is my job. I think Ghanaians love good football, and this is my job to try and let them play to their strength. But this also, and this everybody has to be aware of this, it comes also with mistakes. And I know that when mistakes happen, we can also lose. If you don't want to play a good football, you just kick the long ball, you stand back, and then it's not nice. And if you even lose, then I think this is the worst. So we have to try and play. And I know these are the strength of every Ghanaian player. He wants to play with the ball. That's why they started. When you look on the streets, how the kids play, they want to play with the ball. They want to try. They want to go 1 against 1. And this is my job to create these situations. But football, I know football as a player also, you can have 80% ball possession, you can try and score, then there's a post, the goalkeeper will say, your opponent goalkeeper will make a lot of saves, and the goal doesn't go into the net. One counter attack and you lose. So I know this can happen. Even though maybe you played a good game, it can happen that you lose. It happens a lot of times and will happen in the future as well.
Thomas Partey mentioned it to the Vice President, Dr. Baumia, in Kumasi, that, the state of our pitches, bad pitches in Ghana. What is your take on that? And how do they affect a game of football here in Ghana?
For us, surely it will be better if we have better pitches, because we want to play football. And for this, we need better pitches. But I'm not an expert. I don't know in these conditions and I don't have the budget. I don't know nothing. But surely it will be better. But it's difficult to judge if you don't have the background information, and if it's even possible to create this better pitches, because also it has to be maintained. So a lot of money has to be put in that. And it's not easy.
But look at the state of football now, Otto Addo. Do you feel that it is an SOS, call or situation? Is it something that is urgent, that we need to call on our leaders, that look, we need good training pitches?
I think it has been addressed. Not even the last time we met the Vice President, Thomas addressed, but even before. And surely it's on the agenda. And I will be pushing for that, especially if it comes from the players. But also I think the whole FA and the sports minister, I heard it, and they will be pushing for that. And I hope that we can realize better pitches here in Ghana.
Great. Once you mentioned the FA, I want to walk that, lane with you. Let's talk about the Ghana Premier League. Your sincere appraisal of the state of, the Premier League, the Ghanaian Premier League.
I think it's very, very interesting. I was not, especially because I was not working for the FA the last 1.5 years. I was not too much into the league, but I see a lot of new upcoming teams. Samatex won the league.
Yes.
To be very surprising. And I'm really, really eager to have a deeper look into that league. Now, as I'm the head coach, I have more time. I'm fully working for the FA, so I have more time to have a look and analyze the league, and I'll do that. And I'm really, really curious to see the teams, the players more live. And then before I could just see a lot of video, or we sent, before when I was working, Dede Ayew was observing the league very, very well. Now John Pencil is observing the league very well. They're giving me reports about the players there, analyzing, observing, and the games, and really, really good reports. But surely now I have the time also to look for myself and to get an impression of the league and players.
You mentioned that it's interested. And you mentioned Samatex, but were you surprised? Kotoko Hearts, the big teams have now, gone under, and then Samatex coming up, Dreams FC, and all of that. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, I think there's something happening now. So it's also a sign for good work. Good. Because I don't know if they have the same budget as Hearts or Kotoko. This one, I don't know. I'm not into that, but it looks like. There's a lot of good work being done outside of Accra, outside of Kumasi, and it's really, really interesting for me to see what are they doing, how do they prepare, who are the coaches to have talks that can give me some information about players, about how they play, about the character, about their setup, and will be really, really interesting to get deeper into these conversations.
Coach, can you confidently assure us or tell us that you pick players from the local clubs for the Nations Cup or the World Cup?
No, I can't, because I have to. No, at the end, it's about quality.
Why? Okay.
So I will look at the local league. I will look at Europe at players, and then at the end we will see. But for me, we shouldn't always divide. Like this is a local league, this is a European players or whatever. For me, the Ghanaian players and the best will play. And I will call the best, which I think, no matter where they are.
Many have criticized you that, because you've mentioned that you prioritize foreign-based Ghanaians,
I never mentioned
You
that.
never mentioned that?
Why should I do
So
that?
in the reports out there that people say, oh, Otoo Addo is favoring those Ghanaians that are outside and not looking at the local league. You think that is wrong, right? That is not what
No, so there are two things. Never,
Okay.
the number one, I never mentioned.
Thanks for clarifying.
I prioritized. Why should I mention this? I mean, why? For me, it doesn't matter where you come from, where you play. If you're good, you're good. If you're not good, or maybe not that good, you're not. And it's always close decisions. It's not like it's very, very clear or this or that, because also it's difficult to analyze the conditions under which players play. And I have to take the right judgment on all the players, and I know how difficult it is to play here in Ghana. Maybe on worse pitches and all the conditions with less money and everything. I know, so I have to take all these things in my consideration and about the call for the country. And for me, why should I leave somebody who I think he's better than the other at home and maybe lose a game? It doesn't make sense. Right. So for me, I will take the best possibility for us to win the game.
For coach is always the best, and the best is what you go out for. When we put out the flyer that we're actually going to interview you, I got a message, and the person wants to know from you as well that what will it take Ghana to lift, the elusive Africa Nations Cup? Many are saying that, wow, we go out there close to getting, a win and all of that. What will it take? And actually, we got this from Kofi in Koforidua, who wants to know from you.
Coach. Okay. I mean, it's difficult. I think nowadays everything's on the edge. Ivory Coast, they almost went out of the Africa Cup of Nations. At the end, they won. So you can see, I mean, when you see all the matches, like, you see Comoros, Cape Verde, and now I think last week Benin beat Nigeria, and there's no more small teams, and these people have to understand this. But I think if you have unity in a team, it helps so much, because the most difficult part is to overcome bad experience or losses, and then to stick together as a team, believe in your capabilities and your options to win the next game, and then to execute. And so for us, it's very, very important to create a very, very good team environment, and then to implement our thoughts of tactics into the players, and then to make them believe that it can work. And for this, we need good relationship with the players, but also among them. So it's very, very important to have this and create this, and then you have at least a higher chance to move on and maybe one day win the African Cup of Nations. But it's very, very difficult. Like I said, there's no more small nation. You have to have a lot of luck. But if you work hard, you can also push for the luck.
Right. Interesting. You're still on Star Chat, right? You're on Star 103.5 FM. Our guest is the national coach, of the Black Stars. Otoo Addo is our guest. And a big thank you to MTN, everywhere you go, and to Haptel, is everything you. Coach, I want to ask you this, and it's been on my mind. Today I have that opportunity. And I want to know if it's a matter of unfinished business. Why do you serve as interim manager, quit, and then you say yes to come back to the same job that you once left? You have the opportunity. Tell us why.
Okay. I hope this is the last time I can say this.
Yes, sir.
So the conditions under which I came the last time were because I had a contract in Dortmund where that they said we will release you to help Ghana to qualify for the World Cup and to go to the World Cup just under the condition that after the World Cup you come back to Dortmund. This was the condition which I said on the very first day, which the FA know, which I said on the very first press conference, which everyone, this was the condition under which I can come and help. I think we succeeded. We qualified for the World Cup. People were happy. Some people are still not happy, still finding anything, this, that. But we did our job. And that's what it was about. And sometimes I think it's a little bit unfair then to come, why did you do this? It was a clear message from Dortmund. They have me under their control because I have a contract there. Okay. That I have to come back after that, and for me it's very important to have a good relationship with the club, where I played 6 years, where I worked 5 years, which helped me all the time, and to leave them under a good condition. So now, as I had 1 year remaining, I I begged them if I could release me, because the FA called me and asked me if I'm ready, and I said, look, let me clear this out with the club first. They had very good talks. I think Kurt Okreko did a very, very good job in talking to Dortmund and to get me out without paying anything. Even though I had a 1 year more contract till 2025. Things work out. I could help. I was able to help the team in March for the friendly games, and now I'm fully with the national team since the end of the season with Dortmund. I'm now fully in charge of being a head coach for Ghana, and that's the situation.
Fantastic.
I hope everybody understands now.
They will, surely. And you're a great coach globally. Yes, we can compare it to the best of the best. But tell us about your football philosophy. Which one is winning globally now? And while you're at it, will you say you are that stubborn coach or you're tactically flexible?
I'm very, very flexible. Like I said, I always look at an opponent. If my assessment is that they're better than us, then it's maybe more a defensive style. If I see that we're the favorites and we're on top, and we should be on top, then it's more offensively. But surely I like the players to play, to have the ball, to have a lot of ball possession, and to create chances, to score goals. But like I said before, everything comes together. So whilst you're attacking, you always need to organize the defensive shape already, so that you don't get caught in an offensive transition of your opponent. So both parts are very, very important. And if we find the right balance, I think we will succeed in the future. But there's still a lot of work to do, as you saw in the last matches. Even though we won, we also saw there were a lot of problems. But I hope and I think if we work on that, we will be better.
Interesting. There's also the new trend now that ex-players, going into coaching and, having beautiful playing parties. Clear examples are the recent, under 17 WAFU team and African Games team and all of that. What are we doing right? We're seeing a lot of national teams now going for, yes, they are nationals to come coach them and all of that. What is it that they're doing right?
Yeah, I don't have an overview of the other teams, but I think in general, like the FA is trying to implement good coaches who have, once you have experience as a player, you can better put your shoes into a player, but it doesn't mean that you are a good coach. So you have to be also eager to learn things, to see things from a different perspective, and I think the right mentality is always to be willing to learn. I have to have the mentality as coach. I want to get better. I want to learn. I want to watch matches. I want to analyze matches. I want to ask myself what I have done better. And if everyone does this, if the coaches does this, and if also the players does this, then we will move forward.
I love your mentality, and you mentioned that a positive guy you are, because you're always out there a step ahead. I'm talking about mentality and also mental health. Look, we are with the boys, we know what they go through. You said it is important on and off pitch, and you're doing well, because some might have domestic problems, they bring it onto the pitch or to camp, and it doesn't really help. We've seen now with social media how Ghanaian fans will troll players. Recent point is that of Kudus. And he, of course, he couldn't take it. And it's important that we mention this, because June is men's mental health. A lot of men out there are going through a lot of things. It's not just their field of work. With what happened, and he also went back. Of course, he's a human being, angrily responding and all of that. What have we put in place in camp to help some of these guys? Okay,
so first of all, I didn't get it with Kudus. I don't.
Oh, you've not seen the tweets and all of that has gone back and forth?
No.
With fans criticizing him and him responding?
Okay, no, I haven't seen.
Okay.
But what I can say is, I can just, plead everyone, please. You should stay. There's a certain frame which we shouldn't go over.
That's right.
All the players, everybody, the staff, whatever, coaches, they have families. They have children which are also affected by these comments. And if it's just about the game, I think it's okay. But if you starting to insult and to just talk trash about somebody, I don't think so. First of all, you have to ask yourself, am I a Ghanaian? Am I willing that Ghana will win? Because with this, you won't help anyway. This is the first question. The second question is, you have to understand that you are hurting a lot of people with this. You know, if you are insulting me, my mother is hurt, my sister is hurt, my children are hurt. You know, and you have a high responsibility. Everybody who's on social media, especially also the press, have a high responsibility for that. And if our institutions, our media institutions start this, then it's the worst, because people are picking these words up. They don't understand. They're picking this up, and then so you have a high responsibility. Whatever you post or whatever you say, what if it's just about the game and about tactics, about what things players should have done better, then I understand. Exactly. But if it goes beyond that, if it gets personal, if it's insulting, then I don't think it's good, because it's not helping anyone. It's not helping anyone. Everybody wants Ghana to win, but with this, it's not happening.
Well said, Coach, and I'm happy that you've used the platform to address such a very pertinent issue, because it's important. Like I said, mental health and all of that. But also on the other side, should the players avoid and not read comments on social media? Is there a policy like that, maybe before a game or after, just for their sanity?
I mean, they're old enough, but we tried them not to get affected by these kind of things, because probably will happen also in the future. And we always give the advice to listen to their families, to their friends, to listen to us, and this is our backup, because they are there in bad and good times. They were there for the players even when nobody knew them. They were raising them up. They will be there when they are 80, 90, where nobody cares about them. The family and the friends, they will still be there. So this is what gives us the power, to deliver and give us the power to play. And for me, surely it's nice if we win and people are celebrating, but sometimes it's the same people when we don't win. Where do we need them the most?
Right.
Then they were shouting on us and deciding, but this is not how it should go. And everybody should try to look from a different perspective, to put himself in the shoes. We are all just human beings. We have good days, we have bad days. Surely we always try to give our best, but we are, like I said, we are this. I have the same blood like you.
That's right.
You will die one day. I will die one day. We are nothing special. I'm not a better person in front of God than you. Right. So we're just normal people. And for this, like I said, we're not perfect.
We're not perfect indeed, and we'll be going for that break. But before that, I know Euro begins tomorrow. We have the Euros. And I know where you stand or where you come from and all of that. Is your heart with Germany to say that, well, is that German part of you supporting Germany to win with the Euros? Where do you stand?
Yeah, surely. They have difficult times at the moment, or they had at the last tournaments, very, very difficult times. And I have a lot of friends or players which are trained, which are with the team. So I'm, cheering for them. And this is the country where I was born. So after Ghana comes Germany.
After Ghana.
Yes.
Understandably so. So yes, we're going for a break. When we come back, we're here with Coach Otto Addo. We'll be right back. Big thank you to MTN Extra Time. We all have those days when we are low on everything. Energy, time, cash, and even airtime and data. And MTN is here for you. MTN Extra Time is an airtime and data advanced service that allows you to make calls and browse internet even when you have insufficient balance. So that's from MTN. Doing your favorite things on MTN means you don't get interrupted, and also you never go low on airtime or data. So MTN Extra Time, MTN everywhere you go. And some great news from Hubtail as well. Sometimes buying your car insurance isn't the problem. It is when you forget to renew it and then you get into problems and also trouble with the police or an accident. Instant car insurance from Hubtail is just what you need. It's now on Hubtail. Get your instant car insurance sticker at any time. It's simple. Go to hubtail.com/app and install your Hubtail app, and then also set a reminder to renew your car insurance today. Hubtail is everything you. Well, they are launching tonight in the big way, and they are Bills Microcredit. Yes, great news from them. They are 15 years. They used to be Quick Credit. They've now transitioned. They've moved on as your trusted partner in micro lending. So some great news as well. They are empowering lives and making dreams a reality. Today, we're excited to announce a new age. From Quick Credit is now Bills Microcredit. still committed to serving Ghanaians and changing lives. Bills is here to show you that everything is possible. Bills, financing your needs. And also, if you want to escape the hustle and bustle and also be in a sanctuary out there, maybe just some few minutes from Accra, then I recommend Deftraco Woodlands. It's a master planned gated community or city, if you want, in Dowenya, just some minutes drive from Central University. It's a 592-acre landscape, and you love the ambience. They are offering service plots, homes in self-sustaining community, and well-planned roads, utilities, and top-of-the-line security systems as well. It's Woodlands by Deftraco. So you can call them on 020-873-2302. That's 020-873-2302. Visit woodlands.deftraco group for more information. And also, we're all saying bye to memorizing thousands and thousands of short codes. Experience an MTN complete one-click access to all MTN services with your MTN app. You can now check your airtime, data, and also your Momo balance. Just buy bundles with airtime from your Momo wallet as well. It's from MTN everywhere you go. And a big thank you to Top Choco. You know, there's nothing more pleasing than Top Choco. You get your spread on bread, and it has the power to awaken your taste buds and make you happy instantly. And that's why I recommend Top Choco, 3-in-1 instant mixed chocolate drink, suitable for preparing both hot chocolates, that's milkshakes if you want, and also cups of delicious hot chocolate. It's from Top Choco. Well, it's chocolatey. It's made with love right here in Ghana. And lastly, let me tell you about the New Force. It's the Save Ghana Fund launched by the New Force. Are you tired of the old political rhetoric? Well, if you believe it's time for change that truly represents the voices of our youth, women, and children, then make welcome to Nana Kwame Bediako, the presidential candidate who's just not promising change, but actively working to make it happen. Nana Bediako is not your typical politician. He's a visionary leader with a passion for making our country better through innovative industrial revolution. So visit www.nkb.com or dial star 887 star 2024 hash to donate. That's star 887 hash 2024 to donate. Well, go out there. Is the Save Ghana Fund by the New Force. Welcome back to Star Chats with me, Bola Ray, and Coach Otoo Addo. Welcome back once again. Before I get into your personal life and all of that, I know you've scouted and coached some of the top footballers in the world. I can refer to Haaland, to Sancho, to Bellingham. How much of a success in a career for a talented footballer is down to personal effort of the player?
Okay, first of all, the only time I scouted in my life was 2014, where Kwesi Appiah asked me if I can help him to scout Germany.
That's 2014.
2014. So I helped him to prepare for the German match at the World Cup. And then also during the World Cup to scout for the opponents in their group stages.
Right.
So other than that, I never scouted.
Okay.
So I trained these players. I trained these players.
Yes.
So this is my job prescription in Dortmund was to guide young players, to train them, and then also to analyze their games individually and then talk with them individually after each and every game what they can do to improve.
Right.
So I work with these players and I guided them and I tried to...
So you trained and coached them, but you didn't scout. Wow.
No, yes.
And these are top players out there. Yeah. How do you feel, seeing them play, being out there? What kind of joy do you derive from that?
I'm very, very happy for them. First of all, they're good characters. They have a mentality of, in a young age, which I haven't seen before, especially like guys like Jude Bellingham or Erling Haaland. They always want to train, they want more, they want to improve every day. They take the criticism so that they can get better, and then they take it and then they implement it into their game. And that's what making them better, because they want to learn, they're eager to learn every day. They do more than all the other players, and that's why that's that good.
They do more. That's some keywords in there, that you have to go the extra mile, be more and be, beyond average. Now let's get to meet you and know, at what age did you notice that, look, football is my calling? And yes, you had the passion for it, but at what age do you say to yourself, I'm going to be that great footballer and I'm going to push for that?
I don't know. For me, I was always thinking both ways because surely my mother was always behind to finish my school, which was very important. So I always did the educational part, but played football on the outside. I started when I was 8 years old in the club, and then continued. And I was never sure will I make it. So I needed something on the other hand which I could rely on. But finally, I made it, and I was very, very happy that I could put my studies to the side and concentrate on football.
So if not as a footballer, you would have been what? What career path were you?
So I was studying sports. So and I wasn't quite sure which path should I go. Maybe I would have been a journalist like you.
Oh, a journalist, not a footballer. Otto Addo would have been a journalist.
Maybe.
Of course. And you have everything, the voice, the looks, and all of that. And your fashion sense, we'll talk about it as well. You're a great dresser. You take it simple and classy, and all of that. So were you at a point caught up in becoming a footballer, or maybe dropping out? How was school like? You started schooling in Germany.
Yes, so I mean there were downs and ups. I was physically I was not strong.
Okay.
So I mean this helped me to identify spaces and not to go too much into the duels. But I was very, very self-conscious about myself, and I liked to go when I was a player 1-against-1 offensively, and I was very strong and hard defensive, even though I was physically not strong. So I was struggling to come into a first team, but finally when Hannover dropped into the 3rd division, I helped them to come into the 2nd division, and from there I took off, and I had a lot of offers, and I decided to go to Dortmund.
Which year was this? Because many years we'll get to know you for playing for Hannover and all of that and what you did, but which year did you say, wow, this year was my breakthrough year?
Yeah, I think when I was in Hannover 1998 and we made it to the 2nd division, I had a really, really good season, and we made it into the 2nd division. And then the second year in the 2nd division, me, Gerald Asamoah, we had some other young players. We were just really, really good. On our first year, we almost qualified to go to the 1st division. And then Dortmund came, and I knew that, okay, after the potential to be a good player in the 1st division, and then I chose Dortmund, and from there things went well.
Certainly, from there you started, going up, and with Dortmund, that's why you have that affinity or that love for it. But the call to play for Ghana, we all know you went in there 2006, the World Cup, and it was in Germany, by the way. I remember Germany 2006. Walk us through the first time you receiving that call, or you being told that you're going to play for your nation. Was it a difficult decision to Ghana, Germany, to say, look, I'll play for my motherland? No,
for me it was never a difficult decision. Even though I was born and raised in Germany, my mother made sure that we always had the connection to our family, to Ghana. We always, every holidays we came to Ghana.
Okay.
So I stayed here 6 weeks, playing with my friends in Bubuashi.
Oh, you lived in Bubuashi?
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Right.
So I always had the connection with them and with Ghana. And strangely, I mean, maybe not strangely, because in Germany, in general in Europe, if you're living there as a black, you don't always feel welcome. There are a lot of nice people, but you always feel that some people, they don't want to have you here. It's racism. Racism. It's there. So I never felt like like a German. Because even when you go to a shop,
even being born there and schooling there,
because everybody will look at the color of your skin. Sometimes with a bad intention, sometimes even not with a bad intention, but even when you want to go and buy something, or when you want to get something, it's always more difficult as a black than being a white. So I never really felt as a German, because I always saw myself on how the people were looking at me. So when they were looking at me, they were saying, "Oh, where do you come from? You're a foreigner." Blah, blah. Meanwhile, I was born there. So I always felt like a Ghanaian.
Right.
So for me, it was never a difficult decision. I think my first time was 99. I got a first call. I was playing with Hannover in the 2nd division, and I was so happy that they called me, and for me it was never a discussion, because I always felt like a Ghanaian. And that's how people saw me, and that's how I felt. And when I was walking the streets of Accra, I was just one of everybody. Nobody was looking at me strange or whatever. So I always felt like a Ghanaian.
Wow. You played in first World Cup appearance, for Ghana, 2006. Share with us some of the fond memories. Here you are, a German. World Cup is in Germany, and you're playing for your nation, Ghana.
It was like a dream came true. I think after winning the German championship with Dortmund, this was, I think, my biggest achievement. I was really, really honored and blessed to be called to a World Cup with Ghana in Germany. This was, a special moment, very, very special. I really, really liked the World Cup, and like I said, it was a big, big blessing for me to take part in this World Cup. Your
parents and all of that, especially your mom, getting to know that you've been called to play for the national team, and here you are in Germany as well. What was the reception like? What was family saying? Walk us through, go back, many years and recall those great memories. What was it like, you donning the jersey of Ghana?
Yeah, it was a big, big, big honor. Everybody felt so proud, and my mother was proud, and I was just happy, for her to see me wearing the Ghana jersey, to give back this love. Everybody, as all the parents, parents are struggling to raising children up. So if children can make them happy, then this is the biggest gift you can give to your parents or to your mother. And I just love her seeing me in that jersey, and it was an incredible moment.
Incredible indeed, an exciting moment. We came close to the quarterfinals for the World Cup. I remember I was in South Africa as well and watching Ghana play, but we lost out in the quarterfinals. That's the closest that we've gotten to, ever. As head coach of the Black Stars, can we dream of Ghana lifting the World Cup? And be sincere with us. What are your thoughts?
Dreams are always good, I think. But
are we there yet?
But realistically speaking, I think the best is if you take step after step. It doesn't make sense to talk about the World Cup now when we are struggling to qualify. Like 2 weeks ago, we were on the 4th position. Now we are in a good position, but there's still a lot of work to do. So we have to take one step after another.
You think it's still shaky for us to get to USA?
Very, very. If you see the other results, Mali plays 0-0 against Madagascar. Mali is a top team, and then you can predict that it's going to be tough against whoever we play. The results are very, very close, and the teams are close to each other. Everybody has good quality, and everybody can beat everyone. So we have to work hard for each and every game to fulfill our aim.
Interesting. And USA is a big deal for Ghanaians. I remember in Kumasi after the win, everybody shouted USA. And at the press conference, somebody asked you, and you asked the question again, that because you didn't get the input of it, because Ghanaians are excited that they are going to the US. Well, they have other mentalities. How much of that do you carry as a coach to know that, look, yes, it's about football, but people also want to have that experience and be out there in the USA, so you have to do all?
Yeah, so first, we start again. We need the support.
That's right.
So it won't help us, even if we play bad, to insult this player, this, that. Why?
Support.
For what? If you want Ghana to fail, then you can continue. If not, I beg you to stop, because we need all of you to be behind us. And especially when there are bad games or whatsoever. But now, for me, it's not understandable. We won. Everybody should be happy. We shouldn't be talking about this. But we need the support of all Ghanaians. And with this, the players will be more comfortable, and then they will play better.
Interesting. So the players are also, like you said, yes, they are human beings. What we say to them gets to them as well. Kumasi or Accra Sports Stadium, where do you think that we normally get that support? And the players, you are with them, you also experience it. The atmosphere, the support, the fan base. Will you choose Kumasi over Accra any day?
Actually, I don't know. I haven't played in Accra with the national team before.
Right. Okay.
Because we were not allowed to play in the stadium.
Is it a decision by the FA to?
No, I think the FIFA standards are not being given at the Accra Stadium. So we played either at Cape Coast or at Kumasi.
Right.
So, but surely I would also like to play in Accra and see the crowd cheering for us.
You love that?
Why not?
Let's talk about when you're not coaching. What do you do? What do you do as a hobby? How do you relax in your free time? What do you do?
To be honest, I don't relax too much.
You don't. You don't have time for yourself.
I was working since after I stopped playing. I went straight into the coaching. I was coaching Germany, Hamburg under 19 team. From there, I went to be assistant coach in Denmark at Nordjylland, and then from there I went to Mönchengladbach, and then from there to. So I never had really off time. But if I have off time, I like to play basketball.
Oh, you play basketball.
I like to read. So anytime I get the opportunity to read, I'm on the plane or whatsoever or traveling, I like to read.
So you don't have fun time at all? You're not the type that will go to maybe a nightclub, a disco. You don't go to parties?
Surely I also go to birthday parties or so, but you know, at my age, you don't do this out. Sometimes you go and eat somewhere or at the bar or something, but not
really. Clubs. You just don't do that.
But I like to read, and it gives me joy to learn, to get something out of a book, to implement it into my thinking, into my leadership, into my game. So I love football-related books where I can learn much more about the game.
Sharp guy, interesting guy, I must say. But I have some breaking news for us as well. Your former colleague, you know, Edin Terzic has just resigned as coach, yes, or you know, manager for Dortmund. Does that come as a surprise, you know, to you? Are you surprised by his decision?
Not really, because we talked about it a lot.
Oh, really? So you knew that this was coming?
Actually, I was trying to convince him to stay. But I know that he was in doubt.
Okay.
And it was a very, very tough season, with ups and downs. And yeah, like we said before, it's not easy for a coach, for players.
Wow.
And sometimes, at the end, he has to decide for himself. And if you take that decision,
so it doesn't come as a surprise to you at all?
Not a big surprise, because I know he had this in his mind. But I was hoping that he would stay and help the team to proceed further.
You're married?
Yes.
Oh, you're married. How many children?
3.
Oh, 3. You've been busy.
Yes.
Are you done or you want to have some more?
No, I'm done.
You're done?
Yes.
So you have a boy, 2 girls?
2 boys, 1 girl.
Wow, just like me. Fantastic. The boys are first?
Two boys first, and then
the last girl.
Yes.
I think we share a lot in common.
Okay,
there. That is great. But what kind of father are you? I mean, yes, you are busy, working, you don't even have time to engage in hobbies. Yes, you love to read. But with the family, what kind of father are you? Are you a family man as well? Yeah, sure.
I mean, to be honest, the last 10 years, I wasn't much at home. So I have big compliments to my wife, you know, for you know, clearing all the problems, taking care of the kids, of everything, to backing me up, you know, in good and bad times.
That's right.
And but yeah, when I'm with the family, I try to put my phone away, try to take the time to go to and play with the children. The boys play football, so I try to attend their training, to watch their games. And my girl plays tennis, so I also watch how she plays, bring her to the training if I have time. And if not, I want to use the time I have. Every time I want to use it with the family, to go out and eat with them, to just go to an amusement center or whatsoever, you know.
You wish you can do a lot more with them. Like you said, you're giving your wife the credit. Past 10 years, you've been in and out and busy with work, but she's been there as a pillar for the family. You wish you can do more with the family, right?
Yeah, sure, but you know, I have a profession and she understands it, and so you have to find the right balance for sure.
Any of the boys taking after you? Yes, you're saying they are going for football training and all of that. Surely they want to play professional football.
Yeah, but school comes first.
Oh, school comes first.
100%.
You will support and push them to say, well, yes, school first, but football, I support you 100%.
100%, yes. Yes.
Interesting. And what will that favorite meal be for you? Which food do you like best? And can you cook it?
I'm so bad at cooking.
Oh, you don't know how to cook?
No, because... And
this is your life.
It's not my fault. It's my twin sister's fault, because she was always cooking for me, so I never learned it.
Oh, you're a twin?
And yes.
Right.
And now my wife is such a good cook, I wouldn't even try.
You wouldn't even try, but what do you like to eat?
I love kelewele.
Kelewele?
Yes. I
don't
know if
it's fried kelewele?
I think I could, but she's doing so well. So
Okay.
you know, I don't like try and error when it comes to eating. So I just give her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And then also, I know, like I said, you love Ghana and everything about it, the culture, the music, the people. 3 Ghanaian songs that will be on your part for you and you love to listen to. Any Ghanaian musicians or songs that you love? Do you keep up with the trends?
Yeah. I mean, like, this is also the good part. I learned so much from the players, and then also, I mean, the joy. This keeps you young, you know, being with players. There's
3 Ghanaian songs or musicians that you know.
I'm a big fan of Shatawale.
Of Shatawale, okay. Any day, anytime, okay. So Shatawale 1, number 2 will be who?
Mr. Easy.
Mr. Easy. Right. Third one will be.
Oh, let me think. So many good musicians.
So many good musicians. What is your take on Afro beats? You know, now taking over. We're there now. There's even, you know, Grammy Africa, and that's some great news as well. You think that Afro beats is taking us places, right?
It's massive. I mean, like, even Europe, wherever you go,
it's being played in Europe.
You hear Afro beats in restaurants and at parties. When they go to a birthday party, they want me. Oh, also, can you get us an Afrobeat DJ?
That's right.
So I mean, it's crazy. It's everybody loves it. I think it's a music which is loved by everyone, and now it's even going higher and higher and taking different spaces, and so many different musicians coming in from whatever, South Africa, from Ghana, from Nigeria, from all over, you know. So
in camp, do you give the boys a chance to, you know, maybe have your own parties, get-togethers, and play music? How's it like in camp? Walk us through for many that would not get to know.
So I mean, this is for us, it's normal, and this is also like a little bit difference of like being in an African or Ghanaian team than being in a German team. Like there's music, the boys they sing in the bus before the match. We have a Jama on the pitch before at the last training.
Do you know some of the Jama songs?
I'm not so good in it, to be honest, but I love it. Yeah, miti, but
only boys in the
yeah, at times, because there were boys there, one English and not that good until sometimes.
On the field,
most of the times we can't English because you were players from Europe. One chin and yet that good until for that better say make English there will be a better until you players from France, from England, from Spain, until some Northerners, you know, they speak Hausa, and some will be Borga, so English is the best, I think.
English,
it's easy.
And when you speak your trees like Fanti or something, are you Fanti?
No, I'm Ekwepim.
You Ekwepim?
Yeah. So our family is from Akropong.
Yeah. Do you go there quite often? No, you have to. Don't tell me that you don't go back home.
Not often, because my time is always limited, but surely...
But you go to your hood where you grew up, or when you were coming to Ghana for Bubuashi, you go there a lot?
Every time.
There used to be some, you know, pork joint at Bubuashi at Ogo Road. I don't know, maybe you were at that bar, so you didn't really... Just by Accra Academy, you know.
I was moving everywhere.
Everywhere.
You know,
oh, right.
You know, so when I was, I mean, even as a kid, when I was there, my mother, she saw me maybe at 7 in the morning, and then when it gets dark.
You're out to play football or what?
Football, we go around, we go Accra Academy, we go station, we go Sgt. Pepper, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Doc, what's this Doc?
What's that?
Doc. Is this Docas?
What? There used to be dance bar. I don't know which one you're talking about there.
Duncan's.
Really?
Yeah. So there are a lot of sports.
You had a great childhood then. But what was your favorite holiday destination in Ghana? I mean, you know Ghana from south to north and all of that. Where, if given the chance, would you love to say, I want to go there with family and have a good time? Where in Ghana would that be?
Actually, we went to Cape Coast.
Okay.
When was that? Yeah.
December.
So I forgot the name of the hotel. It's great hotel.
Okay.
You know, a little bit outside of Cape Coast. You know, I think you know, but I forgot the name.
I don't know whether Busia Beach or I don't know where you went to, but.
So it's great.
So
it's very quiet.
Yeah.
We were once there with the team as well, and then also for us, it's always about learning. So for me, it was important with my children to go to the Cape Coast Castle, to learn about history, to have a view about what happened in the past, and so we had a good combination.
You know, you're a great communicator and a marketer as well. I mean, with this interview that we've done, it's giving me a different perspective and insights also about you. I think that the Ghana Tourism Authority or the Ministry of Tourism should consider using the Black Stars as ambassadors of tourism and all of, especially you, because even your outfits when Ghana is playing or when you're out there talking about Ghana. So maybe I'm pitching for you to be an ambassador for Ghana in all of that. But what do you enjoy as we wrap up all of this? What do you enjoy doing the most? Is it playing football right there on the field or coaching a team? Which one do you?
I think it's you always, if you're a player, you always like to play. You know, this is, I mean, the best part. You know, I'm really blessed and honored to be around this environment, to be around the players,
right.
to like, I mean, this keeps you young and fit, and to watch football and to also give them something to learn and to learn from, and then give them advice to see people getting better. So I'm really blessed to have this job.
Right. And I know you love the game and I love what you do as well, but as we wrap it all up, what is that word for the GFA? What do you want to tell them with what you've seen, with what is in place?
The GFA?
Yes.
I just say
the good things, look, yes, but also what can we work on?
So the good thing, I mean, first of all, I'm thankful. You know, against, like I said, I don't read and hear everything, but there were a lot of people against me. You know,
okay.
Right from the start,
right,
without me stepping even one foot into the GFA,
okay.
And against all odds, they hired me, and we succeed. The people who are against me, after we qualified, they didn't even come out to say, "Oh, we were wrong." So, but I don't care, you know, really don't care. So, GFA was brave to take this decision. I'm happy to be back. Like I said, big thank you. The way also the fans supported us, they helped us in our last home match. Really massive. Right. We were 2-1 behind, but they were cheering for us. They were just pushing us, and this is how it should be. And I think the GFA did well in creating these circumstances.
So for you, you like to say a very big thank you to the GFA for supporting you when many were against you and saying all sorts of things. But also, if there are two things you want the GFA to work on, what would those things be?
I think in general we but in every part of even of me, I have to improve. They have to improve. We have to look about things which we can improve.
Like
we have
what?
We have to push for it. I think like Thomas said with the pitches, but we'll try. We try, and I know it's not easy. It's not easy, but we still have to push to try to better the circumstances in which we're in. I mean, there are also, and there we also, I think it's not about the GFA as such. We need the nation to back up a lot of things. For me, the ideal would be to have a GFA academy, you know, where we can train, where we can sleep, where like youth national teams can come. This would be my dream for the future.
That's a good call, a GFA academy.
But it comes with the budget will be high, resources, and I don't know if it's possible, but I know that there are plans, they are thinking, but to do this, it takes time and a lot of money, and this would be my biggest dream.
Biggest dream indeed. And now that your friend has resigned as manager or coach of Dortmund, in the near future, would you love to coach that team? Yeah,
you know, this is, like I said before, surely I have aims in the far future, but I think as a coach, as a player, it's so important to have short-term goals, and the others doesn't help, you know. So for me now, it's all about Ghana. It's all about fulfilling our aim to qualify, and for this we have to go match by match and do our best to win each match. And if we achieve that, then we might go to the World Cup, and then we can think about other things. But for me, it's just Ghana now.
You're focused on Ghana.
Totally focused.
Interesting one, and impressive as well. Many have also mentioned the names of great players that they feel maybe you can bring them together, speak to them to inspire the boys, because just like you, they've also been there before. Maybe like Sami Kofo, Asamoah Gyan, Michael Essien, Stephen Appiah. Do you have good rapport with them for them to also maybe call them and say, look, guys, what do you also think is a national duty?
Yes, but they've been doing this. They've been doing this in the past, especially prior to the World Cup, when we played Nigeria.
Okay.
They've been coming, they've been holding speeches. They went to speak out about their experience, and then give good advice for the players, what they can do. And I think in general they have a good relationship, and in future we would also try to invite them to come and help us and to support us.
Fantastic. Your biggest fear in life will be, what are you afraid of when all is said and done? What is your biggest fear in life?
I don't fear, to be honest.
Oh, really?
No, because even to be alive is a blessing from God, you know, so we should be thankful. So what happened to my life so far, I mean, I can just be thankful to God for giving me this opportunity. And what should I fear? I don't know, you know. I'm having it better than so many other people, and you know. So when people talk about fear, also, or like let's say we are stressed in the game, and I think you have more stress if you don't know what to eat tomorrow, you know. So for us, this is compared to this, it's nothing, you know. So
I love the mindset.
So I don't know. There's
to the young Otto Addo watching you, 15, 16, perhaps 20, says, I want to be like this man. 3 things that you tell that person out there, the youth out there, that look, do this and keep your head straight. What would that be? That word of advice would be what?
Free. Ooh. So I think before I said something about Germany, like I thought about myself, how people perceive me. So the number one thing is like, be your own master. You decide who you are and what you are, and you have to put it in work. You have to work. If somebody's doing the same work, you have to do it double, better. If you want to achieve something, you have to work. And it's not about slogans or saying it. It's about habits. And habits and a certain culture. Habits and culture, a culture of respect to everyone, and you will get everything back. In German, there's a speech. If you, I don't know if it's in English. If you try to dig, let's say, a hole for somebody to fall in,
you might end up falling in that.
Yes, so don't do this.
Evil.
No, don't do evil things or say negative things about somebody you don't know or whatever. Don't try to really be you, to help others. If you help others, automatically God has made the world like this. It will come back to you. So this is my advice.
It reminds me of a song. It said, do good and good will follow.
Yes.
You know, if you do bad. Anyway, so it's now time for our mystery question, where you get to pick one and then read it out for us.
Okay.
So let's see what you have for there. Yes, what do you have in there? What do you have?
Okay. Would you love to be the head coach of Dortmund Football Club in the future, and what will success mean for you?
That you answered that for us, earlier.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
You did answer that for us. So maybe we'll move on to the next one, which is,
who is your greatest African footballer of all time?
that's right.
Oh, I like that.
I like that too. Who? The greatest African footballer of all time, Otto Addo.
I have to mention 2.
2. Okay, we'll grant you that.
So for me, it's Abedi
Pele
and George Weah.
and George Weah of all time.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, because I like the way they played. It gave me, as a young guy, great motivation. Although I had my mentor with Tony Bafo always helping me, supporting me, since I was 13, 14.
Wow.
Those players, were my idols. And then if you see then also off the pitch, especially George Weah, whilst Liberia were having a war, he was using his funds to get teachers into the camp, even here in Ghana, to teach the children, because when you have in war, the entire generation is losing the education.
That's right.
And so he took almost, I think, like 80% of his money to build on this. So if you go to Liberia and ask somebody what he is, he said, oh, maybe I'm a teacher because George Weah paid my teacher those days. Yeah. So for me, those two are big heroes.
It's been a great time having you on Star Chat, Otoo Addo. Thank you very much, and God bless you. The very best we wish you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So it's been wonderful right here on another edition of your #1 personality show, Star Chat. My name is Bola Ray. Thank you, and God bless us all.